going on, my bad adventure team? My bad here, coming in today with an overview of the Civivi Rustic Gent. So let's get down to it. This one right here I gave to my dad for Father's Day this year, and I bought this one the same time I bought this one. This is the one that I've been carrying on and off since then. We'll go over my father's first and then set it to the side, and then we'll go over mine. My father's is in his pocket generally most days. He also carries a couple other Civivis and a couple of Kershaws, all that I've given to him, because he has a problem of losing knives and then finding them again later on, or never finding them at all, or dropping them in a river. But we all do that, and especially me. I can't say anything. I've lost plenty of things to the drink, and I lose my knives all the time, and I find them months on down the line. But the micarta, because he doesn't use the sleeve. I don't either. I'll tell you why here in a minute. I don't know why he doesn't, but he doesn't like the sleeve, so he doesn't use it. He just sticks it in his pocket and he wears it. But the micarta's starting to rough up pretty good. You're getting good texture on it. It's got his own patina in it, and he asked me the other day why the bolster, he didn't call it a bolster, but why the bolster doesn't peel up like the handle does, and I had to explain to him that the bolster is carbon fiber and the handle's micarta. It's two different materials, but they go well together. They look good together. But he carries it in his pocket all the time. He told me the other day that it's one of the best knives he's ever carried. He asked me who made the knife and all kinds of stuff, and I had to tell him that the knife is discontinued and it's a Chinese made knife. It's really, really well made Chinese made knife. I gotta give it that. Give credit where credit's due, and this is an excellent, excellent knife. I'm actually a little bit disappointed myself that they discontinued it, but it is what it is. Before we get into my knife, let's go over the discontinued. So you can still buy this knife online, especially these two versions right here, for about $76, $77, somewhere in there, plus tax. And you can still find it most definitely on Blade HQ, and I'm sure you can find it on Knife Center and other outlets. So it may be discontinued, but it's still available to purchase. So that's still a good thing. I just wish that it was still available everywhere. These come in D2, micarta, and carbon fiber. There's other versions that come in different micarta and in Damascus blade. And they run for about $99, I believe. So the scales on mine, I have not carried mine as much as he carries his, because I have other blades I have to review and carry and test. And I carried this one for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I was cutting wires, cutting boxes, cutting all kinds of stuff. And I'm talking about like electrical wires and stuff like that. Stripping that stuff out of the house so the electrician can come in and rewire the house. But I was cutting all those wires out and gutting this house with this knife, and I was doing a little bit of painting on a different room. Its edge isn't worn cliffy or anything. It's more of a belly, which would go great with skinning, and especially with that nice hollow grind it has. So I'm not saying that this isn't a good work knife. There's just other knives, in my opinion, that I would use before I use this one in working. Now, this knife would be a great fishing knife. It'd be a great hunting knife. It'd be a great everything else that I said. And it's not a bad work knife. It's just not as efficient as other knives. It's a great all-around knife, for damn sure. With the fishing part, I would suggest putting a lanyard on it, just so when you're dealing with it, you can have it attached to your wrist, and if you drop it or something, you'll still be able to maintain control of it and not lose it in the drink like I'm known to do. Other than that, I wouldn't put a lanyard on it. And it's got plenty of purchase. It's got a very ergonomic neutral handle. It's very comfortable in the hand, and it looks very good. You can take these apart by the Torx bit screws that I see in it. I have not taken it apart. I'm not going to take it apart because lockbacks are difficult to put back together properly, and I'm going to end up selling this, and I'll get to that later. I'm going to end up selling this, putting it back out in the market. The one problem I really have with this knife is the same problem I have with every Civivi knife, and especially for the price. Now, with this one being at $76 and coming with this pouch, I really cannot complain that much about the pocket clip. But this knife, in my opinion, does not need this pouch. I wore this pouch one day. I cannot remember what it got caught up on, but it got caught up on something right there on the pocket clip, and it dented out. And then I threw it in the back seat of my truck. I literally just retrieved this pocket slip after riding in the back seat of my truck for 2 months just for this video. I'm going to keep it because I'm going to sell the knife. If you want the pocket clip, you can have that. I mean, you can have the little pocket thing, whatever you want to do with it. But in my opinion, it's not worth it, and it's junk. Civivi, you can do a lot better, and especially now that you're the mid-grade tier of the Civivi Sin Cut models, you can do way better than these pocket clips. I don't care how many you got stored up, throw them on Sin Cuts. And then when Sin Cut becomes a $100 knife, you know what to do. We's no longer that budget knife. No reason to be using budget pocket clips. In this case, it was still a budget knife when the Rustic Gent first came out, so I can look past it. But I would much rather y'all throw this thing away, and instead of this being a $76, $77 knife, make it a $69 knife. That's, in my opinion, what y'all should have done. I don't know why y'all discontinued it. It's a fantastic knife. Y'all could have done a little bit better on the price, maybe, if y'all got rid of nonsense like this, in my opinion. This is a knife that's a lockback that I can one hand open. Now, there's no way that I'm slamming this down like I do a Spyderco or anything, because it doesn't have that front choil. If I tried to slam that thing down, which I can't do anyways, and I really don't want to try to do with it, because this blade will come around and slice my finger off, which it's got half stops and stuff like that, and it's impossible to do either way. So it's still technically a two-handed close, although I can one-handed close it. Definitely one-hand open, which is it's nice to have in a pinch. I like that fuller. This thing will be an excellent squirrel skinning knife, an excellent deer skinning knife. This is a great woodsman knife, a traditional knife that you could get for your granddad or your father, like I did. This knife and a few other knives are going up on a knife sale that My Badd's going to be getting together. He might even shoot that knife sale tomorrow. This one I said retail is like $76, $77. I think after the abuse that I put it through, I'm probably going to sell it for about $50 on my knife sale. Maybe 45, I don't know. Probably 50. That's it for this this video. If y'all like my content, give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell My Badd what you'd like to see him do. My Badd's wicked tired tonight. He's going to go get him some rest. Y'all have a good one now. Bye-bye.